We all love a good mystery, and when it comes to places you're not allowed to go, curiosity kicks into overdrive. Sure, Area 51 gets all the attention. It's the poster child for secrecy, with enough conspiracy theories to fill a dozen Netflix documentaries. But the world is packed with places just as off-limits, eerie, and downright dangerous. Some of these locations are guarded like Fort Knox, while others are so risky that stepping inside could literally be the end of you. Whether it's for national security, sacred rituals, or just sheer survival, these places aren't meant for visitors, and not even the most daring explorers would want to push their luck. So, if you've ever wondered what's lurking behind locked doors, hidden islands, or heavily patrolled borders, stick around because the last place on this list. It might just change the way you see the world. Number 15. Chernobyl, Ukraine. This is insane. On April 26, 1986, Chernobyl became a global symbol of disaster when a botched safety test at reactor number 4 triggered one of the worst nuclear meltdowns in history. The explosion spewed radiation 400 times stronger than the Hiroshima bomb, forcing thousands to flee, leaving behind an abandoned city frozen in time. While 28 workers and first responders died immediately, the long-term death toll remains debated. Estimates range from 4,000 to over 1 million deaths due to radiation exposure. The surrounding area, known as the exclusion zone, remains a no-go zone for permanent living, though wildlife has reclaimed much of the land. Surprisingly, you can visit Chernobyl on an official tour. Just don't stray from the guide. Some areas still have dangerous radiation hotspots, and unauthorized visits are illegal and risky. If you've ever wanted to see a real-life post-apocalyptic setting, Chernobyl is as close as it gets. Number 14. Morgan Island, South Carolina. You'd think an island filled with over 4,000 wild monkeys would be a prime tourist attraction. But Morgan Island, aka Monkey Island, is completely off-limits to the public. The reason? It's an isolated research site, and these monkeys aren't exactly the friendly zoo kind. The colony was relocated from Puerto Rico after an outbreak of herpes B virus, which is harmless to them but deadly to humans. Since then, the island has remained a human-free zone, with access restricted to researchers studying monkey behavior. While you can't set foot on the island, you might spot the monkeys from a boat. Just don't expect them to wave back. These are wild, independent primates living on their own terms. And honestly, they're probably better off without us. No tourists, no crowds, no problems. Just an island full of monkeys doing monkey things. Number 13. North Brother Island, New York. Sitting quietly in New York City's East River, North Brother Island is a ghost town with a dark past. In 1904, it became the site of one of New York's worst tragedies when the General Slocum steamship caught fire nearby, killing over 1,000 passengers. Later, it served as a quarantine hospital for contagious diseases, housing its most infamous resident, Mary Mallon, better known as Typhoid Mary. She unknowingly infected over 50 people, 3 of whom died, before being permanently confined here until her death. Today, North Brother Island is completely abandoned. The hospital buildings are crumbling, slowly being reclaimed by nature, while the island itself is a protected bird sanctuary. Public entry is strictly forbidden, though researchers can request special access. For the rest of us, the eerie remains of New York's lost island can only be seen from a boat, a haunting reminder of the lives it once held. Number 12. Bhangar Fort, India. Well, Bhangar Fort looks like any other 16th century Indian fortress until you hear the stories. This isn't just a historical site, it's India's most haunted place. According to local legends, a sorcerer cursed the fort, dooming it to eternal darkness. Since then, those who dared to stay overnight have mysteriously vanished. The government took the hint, placing an official ban on nighttime visits. Even today, signs strictly forbid entry between sunset and sunrise. Tourists are welcome during the day, and while you won't see ghosts, the fort's abandoned ruins and eerie silence are enough to send a chill down your spine. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain. No one wants to be inside when the sun goes down. So, if you're visiting, be out before dark, or risk becoming part of the legend. Some places are not meant to be visited. Number 11. Heard and McDonald Islands, Australia. Tucked between Madagascar and Antarctica, Heard and McDonald Islands are some of the most isolated places on Earth. Officially part of Australia, these icy, uninhabited islands are home to penguins, seals, and over 40 glaciers, plus one massive active volcano, Mawson's Peak. In 2000, scientists noticed a massive lava flow, confirming the volcano is still alive and kicking. But volcanic activity isn't the only reason these islands are strictly off-limits. Harsh weather conditions make survival nearly impossible, and reaching them requires a 2-week sea voyage from the nearest major landmass. For now, only scientists and government researchers are allowed to visit. Tourists? Forget it. The islands are a designated nature reserve, meaning even if you somehow survived the brutal conditions, you wouldn't be allowed to set foot there. Number 10. Ilha da Queimada Grande, Brazil. Ever heard of a place so dangerous that even the government banned people from visiting? Welcome to Ilha da Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island, and for good reason. Located off the coast of Brazil, this island is home to thousands of venomous snakes, including the golden lancehead viper, whose venom can literally melt human flesh. Estimates suggest there's 1 snake per square meter, meaning you'd be surrounded no matter where you step. The Brazilian government officially closed the island to the public, allowing only scientists with special permits to study the deadly reptiles. Even they must bring a doctor along just in case. Unless you have a death wish, Snake Island is best admired from afar. And if you ever hear about someone sneaking onto the island for adventure, let's just say they probably didn't make it back. Number 9. Area 51, Nevada. What's really inside Area 51? Aliens? Secret aircraft? We may never know. Located deep in the Nevada desert, Area 51 has been the center of UFO conspiracy theories for decades. Some believe the US government is hiding alien technology recovered from a crash site, possibly Roswell, New Mexico. Others think it's where they test cutting-edge military aircraft like the stealth bombers first spotted in the 1980s. Officially, it's just a US Air Force base, but the secrecy surrounding it fuels endless speculation. The airspace above it is restricted, and getting too close will get you arrested, or worse. Despite all the mystery, one thing's clear: you're never getting inside. The government won't even confirm what happens there. So, if you ever see strange lights over Nevada, it's either top-secret military tech or something not from this planet. Number 8. Pravchitska Brana, Czech Republic. Pravchitska Brana is the largest natural sandstone arch in Europe, a breathtaking sight that looks straight out of a fantasy movie. And if it feels familiar, you've probably seen it in the Chronicles of Narnia. For centuries, tourists were allowed to walk across the arch, but in 1982, that all changed. Erosion and natural decay made the structure unstable, so officials banned people from climbing it to prevent its collapse. Today, visitors can still admire it from a distance, but stepping onto the arch itself? Strictly forbidden. While the ban has helped slow down erosion, geologists warn that it's only a matter of time before nature takes its course. So, if you want to see this stunning landmark, you better visit sooner rather than later, because one day it might not be there at all. Number 7. Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang, China. Discovered in 1974, the Mausoleum of Qin Shi Huang remains one of the greatest unopened treasures in history. While archaeologists uncovered the terracotta army, the actual tomb of China's first emperor, remains untouched beneath the earth. Why? Because modern technology isn't advanced enough to excavate it without causing irreversible damage. Chinese authorities believe that disturbing the tomb could destroy historical artifacts and unknown secrets buried for over 2,000 years. According to ancient records, the underground mausoleum is a vast complex of chambers, supposedly containing rivers of flowing mercury, palaces, and everything the emperor might need in the afterlife. Some researchers believe the high mercury levels in the area suggest these legends might be true. For now, the tomb remains sealed and off-limits, leaving the world to wonder what mysteries still lie beneath. Maybe one day we'll finally uncover its secrets, if we're ready. Number 6. North Sentinel Island, India. Tucked away in the Bay of Bengal, North Sentinel Island is home to the Sentinelese people, one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth. They've lived in complete isolation for tens of thousands of years, and they intend to keep it that way. Approaching the island is a death wish. The Sentinelese shoot arrows at anyone who comes too close. In 2004, after a tsunami, researchers flew over the island to check for survivors. The tribe's response? They shot arrows at the helicopter. Message received. In 2018, an American missionary ignored the warnings and attempted to make contact. He didn't make it back. To protect both the Sentinelese and outsiders, the Indian government banned all visits. The tribe has no immunity to modern diseases, meaning even a simple cold could wipe them out. This is one place you should respect from a very safe distance. Number 5. Medjugorje, Russia. Deep in the Ural Mountains, hidden away from prying eyes, lies Medjugorje, a town so secret that even its purpose is uncertain. Officially, it doesn't exist. Unofficially, it's one of Russia's most mysterious locations. The town is heavily guarded by 2 battalions, and no one gets in or out without permission. The most widely believed theory? Medjugorje is home to a top-secret nuclear missile base, supposedly capable of launching attacks remotely. Some claim it houses automatic missiles that can be activated without human intervention, but of course, Russian officials say nothing. Other theories suggest it's a high-security research facility or an underground bunker for Russia's elite in case of global catastrophe. Whatever it is, one thing's certain: it's meant to stay hidden. So unless you're a high-ranking Russian official, you'll never know what's really inside. Number 4. Surtsey, Iceland. Born from a volcanic eruption in 1963, Surtsey is one of the youngest islands on Earth, a real-life science experiment in progress. This island, located off Iceland's coast, has been off-limits to the public since its formation. Why? Scientists want to study how life develops without human interference. Researchers observe how plants, animals, and microorganisms naturally colonize the land, a rare chance to see nature at work from scratch. Strict rules forbid bringing any foreign organisms, but one scientist accidentally changed history by pooping. That's right, a researcher relieved himself on the island, and soon a tomato plant sprouted up. The unauthorized tomato colony was immediately removed because nothing, not even rogue vegetables, should interfere with nature's course. Surtsey remains a pristine natural laboratory, proving that sometimes the best way to understand nature is to leave it alone. Number 3. Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Nicknamed the Doomsday Vault, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault is the world's insurance policy against agricultural collapse. Nestled inside a frozen mountain on Spitsbergen, a remote Arctic island in Norway, it holds over 1.3 million seed samples from crops worldwide. Whether it's nuclear war, climate change, or some other disaster, this vault exists to restart agriculture when things go sideways. Opened in 2008, the vault sits 328 feet deep, designed to withstand natural disasters, rising sea levels, and even nuclear attacks. Its isolated location isn't just for show, it's meant to keep people out. Officially, it's for seed preservation. but some believe it's humanity's last survival bunker. If you're thinking about paying a visit, think again. While you can hike up to the entrance, only a select few researchers and officials are allowed inside. No sneaking in. This place is locked up tighter than Fort Knox, and rightfully so. Number 2. The Vatican Secret Archives. The Vatican Apostolic Archives, formerly the Vatican Secret Archives, have fueled conspiracy theories for centuries. Established in the 17th century, this ultra-secure library contains over 53 miles of underground shelves filled with historical documents, papal letters, and possibly secrets the Church doesn't want us to know. Inside, you'll find everything from Michelangelo's letters to Mary, Queen of Scots' desperate plea before her execution. But don't expect to casually stroll in and browse. Access is tightly restricted. Only a handful of vetted scholars can enter, and even they must request specific documents. No free exploration allowed. What's really hidden down there? Lost Gospels? Proof of alien life? The truth about the Illuminati? Probably not. But the secrecy keeps the rumors alive. Until they decide to open the vaults to the public, the Vatican archives remain one of the most heavily guarded knowledge vaults on the planet. Number 1. Fort Knox, Kentucky. If you had to pick the hardest place on Earth to break into, this would be a strong contender. Located in Kentucky, it houses America's gold reserves, around 147 million ounces, worth hundreds of billions of dollars. But honestly, no one really knows if the gold is still there. The security is next level. Electric fences, armed guards, cameras, and a vault so reinforced that even insiders don't know the full security details. No one person has the complete access code, because even the staff aren't fully trusted. Conspiracy theories swirl around Fort Knox. Some claim the gold is long gone, while others think it's a front for something bigger. Alien tech, classified documents, or even a secret underground bunker. While you can't step foot inside, you can visit the nearby General George Patton Museum. But if you're hoping for a peek inside the vault, good luck with that. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for tuning in with us, and we'll see you soon in the next one.